Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, October 29th, and it is pre-market. Let's see what's happening today. Lots of earnings going on this week. They kick off today for the most part. So let's see what the heat map looks like. Microsoft is up 0.17%. Apple is down 0.33%. Google's up a half a percent. Meta's up 0.30%. Amazon is down 0.04%. Tesla's down 0.17%. And Nvidia is down 0.36%. So let's see what's happening here. Nothing real crazy. The rest of it looks pretty flat. So let's go ahead and look at our Jolie's jumpers. Here we go. All information presented here is for educational information purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Again, let's look at our Jolie's jumpers real quick and see what's going on real fast. Here we go. Tuesday, AHG. Here we are. Let's see what it's doing. It had a nice setup right here, AHG. And let's see, it is running up this morning. It opened at 83, got up to 103, and it's at $1. It still looks pretty solid right there. So keep your eye on AHG because that one could still be a runner today. AREB, American Rebel Holdings. This one popped up there. It's up about 20%. AREB, 383 to 432 this morning. And let's see what's happening here. It did pull back right there. Let me see, because it ran up. That's got to be yesterday's date. No, that's today. It did run up, what did I say, 324. It is at 324. It's just a little pullback, but it did run up there. Not too bad. BLNK, let's see what this one's doing. 225, just sitting right there and still looks good right at that spot. It was up a little more in the after hours yesterday. It ran up to 232, but it still doesn't look bad right there, BLNK. So keep your eye on that one as well. CCTG, CCSC Technology International. Let's see what this is doing because it ran up and now it's still in the top. We haven't looked at it because it did run up. I assumed that it was done after it ran up the other day and it ran from like 210 to 425. Well, today it's still trying to get there. Well, yesterday 280 up to 3, back down to 223, closed at 263, and today it's at 266 just sitting there. So keep an eye on it. It's been staying up there. It looks like it wants to kind of run up higher than it was the first time. So keep an eye on that. CETX, this one was running up a little bit this morning. Let's see. I don't know if I think that's all you might get out of it again. I think that it's going to wait to really get popping. So we'll keep an eye on it and see if it's really trying to, but I'm not sure. Maybe if the volume really kicks in because it has over 11.5 million. If that kicks in, maybe it can get rolling, but your 20 still all the way up at 88 cents and we're at 31. So I'm just not sure about CETX. How about DJT just flying $53 right now? I mean, holy cow, 13 to 53, guys. That's an incredible pop. And you're talking about a month. So what a return right there. And wow. And it's still going up. I mean, if that doesn't tell you something, those who listen to the show and have listened from the summertime can tell you exactly what I was saying about this and the election and everything going on in the country. And I'm telling you, if you listen back to the shows, just listen and look at what's happening. I mean, you can't call it any more perfectly. I'm not going to lie. So, and again, it's just these stock charts. They do not lie. They tell you what's going on, and if you read them right, you can see what's going on. It's kind of impressive. Drug. We were looking at this last night just because I gave it an example as a possible short, and but there is no options on it. And this morning it's at just 47.65, but again, I'm looking at it that it wants to come back down. We'll see when it hits that MACD if it wants to stay there or not. But yeah, it's been run up for a long time right there. So DRUG, that is drug and glue. This one ran yesterday, and we had looked at it. It did run way up there yesterday. I think this one's probably going to have to come back down as well, but we'll see if it wants to try to bounce up there today. GLUE, and that was a big popper for yesterday. GMM. Sorry, I added an M. GMM. We looked at this last night. It had run up a little bit yesterday. And what's it want to do this morning? Yeah, it ran up yesterday 37 to 71. And this morning it opened at 55 to 56 and came down to 49. So we'll have to keep an eye on that to see if it wants to continue to go and what's happening there. GNLN. Green Lane Holdings. This one was popping up yesterday, it looks like. Let's see. GNLN. It did pop up yesterday, and then this morning, 355 to 368, and it's at 362. It's not looking bad at all. So that's one to keep on your radar. GNLN, HCTI. That's that healthcare triangle. It went nuts yesterday. We were way early on this, and just kind of pulling back this morning, but um, you would expect that after that kind of run up yesterday. LAC is at Lithium Americas Corp, and this thing's still running in the top, went up another 13%. We were looking at this down in the twos. It's at 470 right now. LAC. So they're way at the top, and that is again, they're industrial minings and that metals and the all kinds of uranium and stuff are going crazy right now. So there you go with them bad boys, and that's LAC. LIXT. That one took a nice dip. Let me see this one. That one took a nice dip yesterday. LIXT, it looks like 162 to 232 yesterday. Its low is 131. And then this morning it popped 175 to 285, and it's at 2. So that one did take a nice little dive down yesterday, hit that spot and ripped up today. So nice little rip on that one. We weren't looking at it, but that one's nice. You can't look at them all, obviously. And but yeah, that was a nice little pop off the bottom. LYT, let's see what this one's going to try to do because it's pulling back there and crossing down LYT 190 to 192 at 182 and just kind of pulling back, but I'll keep this one on the list just to see when that one wants to get rolling again. PHUN Fun was coming back down, and we'll see what happens when that hits the line. But again, these things when they run up like that, you have to expect them to come back down. That's why I don't like them to chase anything up at that top. And Rivian just pulling back a little bit, but this one's going to continue its way up. So that one is just a little healthy pullback, but nothing crazy. And SHPH. Shuttle Pharmaceuticals is way up this morning. That shot up there. That shot up like a shuttle. SHPH ran up yesterday, shuttled from 126 to 241 yeah, and then today 203 to 258. So and still cruising along. So that is Shuttle Pharmaceuticals, and that one is up at the top and could possibly run up there a little bit. So there you go with our Jolie's jumpers right there. Thank you very much, Asian Jolie. Greatly appreciate it. MSTR, let's look at MicroStrategy. He's up in like 12 more dollars today with Bitcoin. You see Bitcoin's way up this morning. And MSTR, yeah, it's just running up there. So there's MicroStrategy. It's running in the top. That's all you can say. And it looks like it's going to continue. Obviously, you're going to see a little pullback, but that thing's going to be hot. And then SMCI, this one is down 16 cents, just sitting right at that line. But I'm telling you, this thing's getting set up. So keep your eye on SMCI because it will be getting set up today. Your 50 and your 20 are meeting up right there and they're getting ready. So I'll be keeping an eye on that one for sure and looking at them options. LGMK, that's our logic mark. Let's see what it's doing this morning. Is it doing anything? Hold on, that's yesterday. LGMK. It is moving. 12 cents it opened at. It got down to 11 and it's back to 12. It looks really good right there on my chart. Keep an eye on it. Logic mark. I think we were talking about it last night. I think I mentioned it. And that one's looking great. Let me just see. ZJYL. What's that one? ZJYL. Here we go. Gin Medical International. Oh, this one's getting set up in a nice spot. Let me look at that. ZJYL. Yeah, let's keep an eye on that. Let me jot that one down. ZJYL. All right. I'll keep an eye on that one today. That one's looking, it's getting set up right there. So we will keep an eye on that bad boys. EJYL. Crazy letters right there. And there we go with them bad boys. I think we got all that. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. And boom. I think we hit them bad boys. Let me go through the market real quick, see what's going on. Like I said, it's more or less flat as we're about to kick off all the earnings. And let me just tell you, it looks like CETX might be trying to gain some traction right here. It is on the scanner. It's up 4 cents. So let's see how much it can run up. It is curling up. I don't know. Again, that 20's way up there on it. So I'm gonna look at it on mine. And yeah, I mean, it is kind of curling up, but I don't see it just flying. So maybe I don't know, but yeah, it is curling up. It's up like 17% this morning, but I just don't see it going blasting off. That Yang looks like it's probably down a little bit, huh? It looked like it was going to yesterday, and it dipped under that 20, which is probably not good. And that yin was looking much better. It's going to touch the bottom, see if they can change around, but yeah, the yin definitely was looking better and it's curling up. So that yin looks like it could be trying to blast back off. So, and it did set back up and make that support line down here in the 33. So it is probably going to set back up and the yang may be, dipping down there. So just keep an eye on that as well. Yeah, Yang is down to 330 and it is looking a little like it wants to pull back there. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But then the yin's going to try to roll up again and possibly the China's probably thinking that Trump's going to take this one and yeah, maybe they're going to try to do something differently and get things pumping over there. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll keep an eye on that yin and the yang. And let me see what else is happening over here. What I just do? I clicked out of the scanner. Let me hop back in here real quick. Hold on. Boom and doom. And yeah, so that one, the Yang, LIXT, DJT, AREB, DBGI, that digital brands, is down a little bit. We looked at it last night. Sophie's way up this morning. That thing just keeps running up. And HRYU, that one obviously popped up big yesterday. So you're getting pulled back on that, 41 cents. And it's at 29 right now. So it ran up to 75 yesterday. So that one's pulling back there. Funds pulling back a little bit and Pfizer's up a little. Nothing really that crazy considering we're going to kick off earnings and also crypto's been running. So let me hop over here and just see what the crazy volume looks like real quick. LIXT, bunch that we've already looked at. Nothing's grabbing my attention. No, no, no. Yeah, nothing crazy. I'm telling you, it's kind of a flattish day as we're kicking off these tech earnings. So that's weird. But let me go ahead and look at crypto real quick because that is booming. So let's see what that's up to. Crypto, Bitcoin's at $71,219. So it just surpassed that 70, went right into 71, and it's going to get up to 72. So it's cruising there. Solana's at 181. And I told you guys it was rolling off, and it is. It's getting up there and you're about to see it try to get back up to its highs up there. Cardano's at 34 and a half, and that one is trying to get back up to the 50 and 100, which are meeting. So we'll see what it wants to do when it gets there. Hopefully it'll bounce up. Doge, I told you this thing wanted to get crazy. It's way up there. It's at like 16 cents, almost 17 cents. We were looking at it the other day. It was at like 11. So that's a pretty fast, big jump right there on Doge. And what else? Ethereum, $2,630. Let's see. And that one's about to cross through get through to 100 and go wild. So that one's looking good. And let's look at Bonk real quick, see what that's up to this morning. Because that was kind of just sitting there on that. Oh, yeah, that's like I said, that one's about to get bonkers, guys. So if you want one that didn't really run yet, check out Bonkers or Bonk because it's about to go bonkers. And let's run through our SPY and Mag 7 real quick and see what they're up to. SPY is down 46 cents and just kind of pulling back there. I'd like to see it hit that 578. And then I'm telling you, these things are going to get nutty. Apple, AAPL, down $1.19 and just getting set up for that earnings tomorrow or Thursday, I mean. So I think it is pulling back. I thought it was going to try to make that hard curl up. That's what it was looking like, but it's pulling back, and we'll see how these bad boys open up today and what they start to do. Google was kind of pulling back yesterday, but let's look at the video real quick. That's down 22 cents. They don't even have their earnings are out in November, so we're good with this one. But it curled through and it's pulling back right there. So we'll watch for some dippage on the video. Google, that is up 78 cents, and their earnings, I believe, are today. So Google's earnings are today, and it's up. It looks pretty good actually, but I don't know. I think it might pull back this morning as it opens. So I would be careful with that, Google. And let's see, Amazon. Let's see, they're up 3 cents, and that one, their earnings are what day is it? The 31st, so Halloween, and that one's getting curled up. We'll have to see if it hits that line and bounces back. That one's going to definitely pull back. If it gets through there, it's going to be a great earnings. So Meta's up 95 cents. Their earnings are what tomorrow. So that's up right now, and it actually just reset up and looks really bullish. So Meta looks really good right now. And Microsoft, let's see what that's up to. It's up 30 cents. Their earnings, I believe, are tomorrow as well. And it's just sitting right there. So they're all hard to tell what they're going to do. It looks like they're going to make us wait until the market opens at this point to really be able to tell. Tesla is up 30 cents, sitting above. That one's going to crawl back up and roll, and it's at 262, and you're going to see that one getting to the 280s sooner than later. And that was a nice popper from 212 up to 262 right there. So that's our Mag 7 right there. And again, not looking real great. Microsoft just kind of went flat, and Nvidia and Apple are down a hair, and the rest are basically flat with Google up a hair. And what's it say? U.S. futures pause with earnings and election in focus. Stocks are expensive, but the rally can continue for at least another year. Um, what does that say? Weather hit jobs report. I'm not sure. I guess that's coming out the jobs report. And Asian stocks mixed dollar drifts before mega cap earnings. So we're gonna see what happens. You can tell it's all kind of shaky. I don't know. It's just waiting for these earnings to come out. And yeah, it's kind of wild. It's hard to tell. I was looking at Lionsgate last night, LGFA. That thing looked pretty good to me. I think they have multiple ones, LGFA, and then I think they have a B. Yeah, they have two of them, like how Google, but this thing looks good. And it's opened at 762. It went up to 782, and it's at 780. So LGF, and then it has a dash A, Lionsgate Entertainment, looking good. They look like they're going to be popping off and doing something right there. So there you go, your SPY and your Mag 7. Let's go ahead and look at our laptop lowdowns and see what's happening there. And let me look and see what you guys want to look at. KAVL real quick. Let's see that one. That's just sitting there at 98 here. Let me see if it's doing anything. It is no, that's yesterday's date. It's not telling me anything. It was just kind of, and I mean, talk about just sitting on the line. It's a little over it, but pulling back, it just has mixed signals right there. KAVL, Jonathan, and I would have to look at that as it opens. Everything's a little flat right now, so it's kind of hard to see exactly what we're looking at. So let me look at AMIX real quick. down 16 cents. They just had a split at the 25th, so they did the other day. And let me just take a look because that doesn't even look like it's yesterday. Oh yeah, that's today's date. Okay, so hold on. Let me take a look. AMIX. It ran up yesterday, 770 to 2149. I don't even know if I noticed this one. And then today it's a 1238 and pulling back. I don't know about this one. I think you might get some pullback, but honestly, this one's going to set up. That's one to keep on the list for down the road. I'm not sure what they do medical devices, but that's one to probably keep on the list for down the road. ADTX, let's look at that. Good morning, Green Thumbs. How are you? And ADTX, 71 cents there. And it is getting set up. We were looking at this bad boy, and it just keeps pulling back and pulling back lower and lower. But let's see, it's getting to be right about there. It's not curled up just yet. I'll take a look at this one today and see what they want to do. Again, not many of them are really doing a whole lot this morning. It looks like the market's on pause. Looks like someone hit the pause button. So EFSH pulled back big time. So that one might be another good one to keep an eye on with that big dip right there. It went from what 126, 128 is its high to 82 cents, and that's where it's at. So that 1847 holdings EFSH did pop last week, and now it's definitely pulling back there. And IVDA, let's look at that one. That's down 24 cents. And wow, that was looking great yesterday, huh? How the heck did that pull back? Is that going to be a little dip and rip situation? Let's see, because that one looked great yesterday. Opened at 197. It did run up this morning, but it came down fast. Opened at 197, got up to 245, and now it's back to 142. And so it did run up a little bit, but came right back down. And holy cow, that one definitely got just came straight down right after it ran up. So, and again, it looked great. We were looking at it, and you had to pretty much be on the web bowl at 4 a.m. for that bad boy to be able to lock that one in. AEI, let's look at or AEI. Let's see what that's up to. Up 12 cents right there. That one looks really good. AEI, that's looking good this morning still. So keep your eye on that. That's setting up all Alset, a real estate company, looking good. BKYI, that ran up this morning and looks like it has some momentum. So there you go with BKYI. That's looking decent too. NWTN, that's up 17 cents, and that's going to run up in the top. So that's a momentum play right there. And PTIX, that's at like, oh no, I thought that was that pixie fairy dust thing or whatever. PTIX is not that. That's protanic therapeutics or something, up 9 cents. And this one's setting up to be a nice one, actually. PTIX. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this one. This one could be setting up to be really nice. So we'll keep an eye on that one. So there's a couple more that are running this morning right there. And like I said, let me check out some laptop lowdowns. And let's just see the top gainers right there. The charts, LIXT and that shuttle and PFIE is Profire Energy. That one had some energy this morning. That one's ripping. VFC is looking pretty good right there. It was curling up, so just keep your eye on it. I don't know if it's going to continue up, but DATS, that's one that we had looked at before. That one's run up there too. And check out DTSS. That's at Data C. We looked at that before, and that one's looking good. And PRQR looks like it wants to curl back up right there. So there's a couple other ones. We looked at that RGTI. It's actually popped up this morning, but again, that's not something that I really mess with when they're up like that. But there you go. It's definitely a momentum play. We looked at it. Eileen wanted to see it last night, and it did run up. But again, I'm not one that really messes with them too often, unless it just gives me that definite look that it's going up. But that one did go up there, so that did move. And let me find our laptop lowdowns real quick and see what's going on. Where did I put them bad boys? I think I took a picture of them. Let me just see. There we are. I found them. NVNI. Here we go. Let's roll through some of these bad boys and see, because all these are going to be way down and ready. This one's already moving. NVNI. It's actually looking really good today, so keep your eye on that one. As a matter of fact, APM. Let's see. That one's just getting down into the basement, it looks like. Yeah, just pulling back. Looks like, let me see, was that today? Yesterday's date. So I'll look at that one. Maybe it'll get into the basement. We'll watch for that bounce because it will happen soon. EFSH, we just did. Easy go. That was pulling back. It was looking good the other day when it ran up, and then it's pulled back a little bit. It's hitting that line. Let's see what that wants to do today. And that's yesterday's date too, so not doing anything, but we'll have to take a look at EZGO. But it did run up the other day. HCWC, Healthy Choice Wellness. That's that new one. We looked at it, and they're just hard to tell. It looks like a little pullback, but it does look like it's setting up there. HCWC. So keep your eye on that one. And again, it's just a hard look because it's so new. ISPC, let's see, down 19 cents, ISPC, and it dipped down yesterday. Today, 413, just sitting there. Looks like it's giving mixed looks right there. It could try to bounce off that like 405 area and try to move. What it get down to? Like I said, it's at 413, but it got down there yesterday. It got down to 384. So look for that one. Could be trying to set up the bounce, and that's ISPC. KZIA. This one's setting up. It had a split on yesterday. So keep your eye on this one because you could get a bounce. If not, if it's not bouncing yet and it's not moving yet, obviously, KZIA. But is it? Nah. We'll see. If it doesn't bounce, it pulls back a little bit and then it's gonna run because that's what the split's been doing. LYT. Let's see that one. LYT. That one curled down. It looks like it's pulling back a little bit. 190 to 180. Yeah, that one looks like it's still pulling back some. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. To find that bottom because that will be a nice pop. NAII. Let's see that one. That one curled up. It's not looking too bad right there. It ran up some yesterday, 466 to 480, and it's just kind of pulling back, but doesn't look too bad right there. OTRK. Let's see. This one's getting set up in the right spot. OTRK. Um, that's yesterday's date, 195 to 2. It's back to 187. I'll have to see how this opens, but it's right in that right spot right there around 180. So I'll keep an eye on that one too. It could be getting set up. RVYL. Let's see that one. Just pulling back right there. Let me see if it did anything this morning. RVYL. Nah, just pulling back yesterday and possibly more today. S dot. That one had run up on that split and it's way down now at 252. So that one took a big dive. And yeah, that one's down again. So we'll watch for that one. But honestly, it could be getting set up. We'll watch for that bottom bounce on S dot, SDOT. And it's back to 252. So we'll have to see. It could be setting back up fairly soon. SGBX up 4 cents. This one's looking good. SGBX. Keep your eye on this. It could get bouncing. It looked great yesterday. Is that yesterday's date or today's? That is today. It's looking pretty good on the FinViz and SGBX. They look like two different charts to me. I don't know. It's kind of crazy, so I'll have to look at that as it opens up. But it looks good on the one, and then mine, it looks okay. So SONN That was pulling back, but that one is setting up. So we're going to keep our eye on this one. It's hitting that line. Let's see if it wants to cross down. It could because it is really setting up in like a week or so. So SONN is going to be good. SPCB, super calm. This was up 23 cents. Keep your eye on this because it's looking really good. SPCB looking nice to try to run there. It ran up Friday and it ran up yesterday. Today it opened at 359. That's where it's sitting, but again, it's in a good spot and looking pretty decent right there. So you keep your eye on SPCB and SVCO. SVCO, they are starting to have that curl up. That's right. This one's not a bad one either. SVCO starting to make that curl. You're going to be like a day or so out real soon. So keep your eye on that for a nice little run. We know that that's going to have a little bounce up. TMT acquisition is TMTC, and that took a huge dip. It looks like a shell company. It is. TMTC. And let's see when it comes up here. Yeah, huge dip on yesterday. It went from 12 to 7 and back to 10. So we'll have to keep an eye on that thing. It could just bounce. It literally went from the top to the basement, and I would look for a little bounce. That one's a crazy one. TMTC. I don't know what's happening with that shell company. TRT. That one's taking a nice dip too. So we'll have to look at that one and see when it wants to get rebounding because that's a nice pullback right there. And Z-Car, let's see what Z-Car, that Zoom car is up to. ZCAR, and it is just in the basement. It split the other day and ran up, and we know that these things move fast. So it's just kind of running that basement. It may stay in there for a little bit. And there you go with our laptop lowdowns. And yeah, our yin and our yang. Let's see, our yang's down. Actually, it's only down 13 cents. And let's see, it may hit that bottom and try to reverse. I don't know. I'll keep an eye on them today and obviously keep you updated. The yin is looking pretty good to try to curl up there. So I have to say that's looking much better, but we will keep an eye on it. Let's see what the market looks like. Pretty flat. Nvidia down, Apple's down, and Google's up for the most part, and everything else is kind of flat this morning. Just kind of waiting for these earnings to start up. So not a whole lot going on. And let's see, TMTC. Uh, it probably does want to bounce back up. Laptop Travel said it wants to reverse upward. I don't doubt it. I mean, it went from basement to or from the very top to the basement, and I would look for that kind of bounce. So and I would say SVCO, yeah, it looks like it's about to start having that bottom curl right there. So keep your eye on that one. And I think that is ready. And SPCB is, I think, ready to go. That Supercom's looking pretty damn good. So keep your eye on them for sure. Let's see what else. ADTX. Let's see. ADTX. And we look at that one. Um, yeah, we were looking at that, and it is just kind of running down there, and we've been looking at that bad boy, so I'll keep an eye on it. It did move up a penny today, so it doesn't look like it's curled up yet. So I'll keep an eye on it and see if it wants to try to get any bounce going. And there you go. I would say that's a pretty good pre-market, even though there's not a whole lot going on. And we're just kind of waiting for our earnings today, which the big one is going to be our Google. So that's going to be good. And so we'll have to keep an eye on that. GLYC. Let's see what that's up to. That one popped up pretty nice, huh? It's up over 100%. So keep your eye on that for a little momentum. And let me just jump into the stock twits and see what's going on over there real quick. Here we go. DJT is obviously trending at $55. Sophie, GameStop's up a little bit. PayPal is down. They have their earnings, and that was looking great. That dipped big time. So I don't know. Their earnings might not be so great right now. They were looking way better yesterday, I can say. I know Ford dipped down. like over 5%. They kind of beat their earnings and still dipped down. So we'll have to see if that was just an overreaction and wants to try to bounce back today. So we'll have to get a better look at them. But yeah, the crypto is what's moving this morning and DJT. So they're the ones that are popping. And and there we go. I would say that that's a pretty good pre-market show right there. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thank you, Asian Joe Lee, as always, for your Joe Lee jumpers and laptop travel for your laptop lowdowns. Green Thumbs, East Coast Beach Girl, Irish Lucky, Tommy, Bong Pre-Chan, Wilson, Eileen, Andy, Jonathan, STX Confidential, D5420, 3D right there, Manish, Mama, and Scott, and everybody else that was on. Greatly appreciate you guys hanging out, tuning in this morning for pre-market. Let me know if you just want to look at anything. Obviously, I'll be monitoring everything and looking at the Google and earnings and what's going on. We'll see if they want to bounce back up, but it's kind of just sitting there flat waiting for things. So it looks like someone hit the pause button. So I'll keep you guys updated. Let me know if you want to look at anything. And there we go. So have a great day. Lock in those profits, trade smart, and I will see you guys later. Have a good day, everybody.